Imagine a king so rich his wealth was almost impossible to measure. This wasn't a fairy tale, but the reality of Mansa Musa, the 14th century ruler of the Mali Empire in West Africa. Musa, whose name meant king in Mandinka, reigned from 1312 to 1337, overseeing a period of unprecedented wealth and expansion. His kingdom, brimming with gold and salt mines, became the envy of the world. Musa's fortune was legendary. He controlled vast reserves of gold at a time when the precious metal held even greater value than it does today. Some historians estimate his wealth at over $400 billion in today's currency, making him the richest person in human history. But Musa's story is about far more than just his vast fortune. It's a tale of faith, generosity, and the impact one man's wealth can have on the world. The journey to Mecca was arduous and long, stretching over 4,000 miles across the scorching Sahara Desert and through bustling cities. But Mansa Musa spared no expense in showcasing the splendor of his kingdom. His caravan was a sight to behold, a seemingly endless procession of camels laden with gold, slaves carrying sacks of gold dust, and soldiers adorned in fine silks and jewels. Over 60,000 people accompanied Musa on his pilgrimage, including courtiers, scholars, soldiers, and slaves. The sheer scale of the caravan was a testament to Musa's wealth and power, leaving a lasting impression on all who crossed its path. It was a moving city of wealth and grandeur, a spectacle that captivated the imagination of those fortunate enough to witness it. As he journeyed, Musa's generosity became legendary. He distributed gold to the poor, built mosques in every city he visited, and showered gifts upon those who showed him hospitality. This lavish spending, while intended as an act of piety and generosity, would have unintended consequences on the economies of the cities he encountered. Musa's reputation preceded him, reaching Cairo, the capital of the Mamluk Sultanate, long before he arrived. The Sultan, al-Nasir Muhammad, received him with great pomp and ceremony, recognizing the strategic importance of fostering a relationship with this powerful African king. During his 3-month stay in Cairo, Musa continued his extravagant spending, purchasing everything from houses and camels to clothing and jewelry. The influx of gold into the city was unprecedented, and the effects were felt immediately. The price of gold plummeted, while the cost of goods and services skyrocketed. Musa's stay in Cairo was a whirlwind of religious and diplomatic activity. He attended Friday prayers at the city's Grand Mosque, participated in theological debates with scholars, and negotiated trade agreements with the Sultan. His presence in Cairo, a major center of Islamic learning and trade, helped to solidify Mali's place on the international stage. Though his spending might seem excessive to modern eyes, it's important to understand it within the context of his time and culture. Musa saw his wealth as a gift from God, and he believed it was his duty to use it for good. His generosity was legendary, and he was known for his compassion towards the poor and less fortunate. In Medina, the second holiest city in Islam, Musa's arrival caused a sensation. He purchased a plot of land near the Prophet's mosque and built a magnificent mosque known as the Sankori Madrasa, which still stands today as a testament to his legacy. This mosque became a renowned center of Islamic learning, attracting scholars and students from across the Muslim world. Musa's pilgrimage wasn't just about personal piety, it was also a strategic move to strengthen his kingdom's ties with the wider Muslim world. By establishing diplomatic relations with other Muslim rulers, Musa ensured safe passage for his people and goods across North Africa, facilitating trade and the exchange of knowledge. Musa's stay in Cairo had a profound impact on the city's economy, though not entirely positive. The sudden influx of gold led to rapid inflation, as the value of the metal plummeted. The prices of goods and services soared, making life difficult for ordinary Egyptians. The effects of this gold-fueled inflation were felt for years after Musa's departure. It took over a decade for the Egyptian economy to stabilize, and some historians argue that the consequences of his spending contributed to a period of economic decline in the region. However, Musa's visit also had positive economic consequences for Cairo. His patronage of local artisans and merchants stimulated the economy, and his construction projects created jobs. Moreover, his journey brought attention to the wealth of the Mali Empire, attracting traders and scholars to the region. Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca had a profound impact on the world's perception of the Mali Empire. His journey introduced the wealth and splendor of this African kingdom to a global audience, piquing the interest of cartographers and chroniclers. European mapmakers, intrigued by tales of Musa's wealth, began to depict the Mali Empire on their maps, often marking it with a gold coin or a figure of Mansa Musa himself. This helped to solidify Mali's place in the medieval imagination as a land of unimaginable riches. However, these depictions often relied on stereotypes and misconceptions, perpetuating the image of Africa as a land of exoticism and savagery. Musa's story, while fascinating, became intertwined with these narratives, shaping European perceptions of Africa for centuries to come. While Musa's generosity is undeniable, it also highlights the potential pitfalls of extreme wealth. The economic turmoil caused by his lavish spending serves as a cautionary tale about the unintended consequences of wealth disparity and the need for responsible wealth distribution. Some scholars argue that Musa's actions, while well-intentioned, inadvertently contributed to the destabilization of the economies he encountered. The sudden influx of gold disrupted existing economic structures, leading to inflation and hardship for ordinary people. This raises important questions about the responsibility of the wealthy to use their fortunes in a way that benefits society as a whole, rather than exacerbating existing inequalities. It also underscores the importance of economic stability and the dangers of rapid economic fluctuations. The concept of inflation caused by an influx of gold might seem counterintuitive. After all, gold is valuable, so wouldn't more gold be a good thing? However, the principles of supply and demand come into play. When the supply of gold suddenly increases, its value relative to other goods decreases. This means that people need more gold to purchase the same amount of goods and services, leading to a general rise in prices, in other words, inflation. This phenomenon, known as the Cantillon effect, illustrates that the way new money enters an economy matters. If it's distributed evenly, it can lead to economic growth. But if it's concentrated in the hands of a few, it can destabilize markets and harm ordinary people. From a modern perspective, Mansa Musa's story offers valuable lessons about wealth, philanthropy, and economic responsibility. It reminds us that true wealth lies not just in accumulating riches but in using them to make a positive impact on the world. Musa's legacy challenges us to think critically about how wealth is distributed in our own societies, and to consider the responsibilities that come with affluence. It encourages us to invest in education, infrastructure, and social programs that benefit everyone, not just a select few. Moreover, Musa's story highlights the interconnectedness of the world, even in the 14th century. His journey demonstrates how events in one part of the world can have ripple effects across the globe, underscoring the importance of global cooperation and understanding. Mansa Musa's reign marked a golden age for the Mali Empire. He expanded its borders, established Timbuktu as a major center of learning, and fostered trade with the wider world. His legacy as a devout Muslim, a wise ruler, and a generous philanthropist continues to resonate today. Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca helped to put the Mali Empire on the map, literally and figuratively. It sparked European curiosity about Africa, leading to increased trade and cultural exchange, though it also contributed to the spread of misconceptions and stereotypes. Despite the complexities of his legacy, Mansa Musa remains an iconic figure in African history. His story reminds us of the power of faith, the importance of education, and the enduring allure of gold. Mansa Musa's story is a testament to the enduring power of narrative. Centuries after his death, his legend continues to capture imaginations, sparking debates about wealth, responsibility, and the legacy of colonialism. His story teaches us that history is not just a collection of dates and names, but a tapestry of interconnected narratives, each offering valuable lessons for the present. By studying the past, we gain a deeper understanding of the forces that have shaped our world and our place within it. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, Mansa Musa's story serves as a potent reminder of the enduring human desire for knowledge, connection, and the pursuit of a more just and equitable world.